the main event of the show was Brock Lesnar standing right on the sort of ropes, facing a hard cam, and Paul Heyman standing slightly behind him, cutting an awesome promo where he just, he talked up Drew McIntyre and the whole roster and loads of other people as well. It's just a masterstroke of getting people over, really.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Like, he put Drew over massively, but then, also put over Brock Lesnar. A really, really solid ending, to the show, and a really solid go-home promo from Heyman. I particularly love the line when he said, look back at the last few go-home shows before WrestleMania. It's always Brock Lesnar. And you know what? Next year, it will be Brock Lesnar again as your WWE champion, which I think is also a bit of a damning indictment of WWE's booking. But I thought it was a really, really solid promo. No Drew on this show because I'm assuming, he was over in Scotland filming the thing with BT Sports, so couldn't be here for the show itself.
Yeah, he was advertised though. So yeah, so this seems to be a weird thing. I don't know what would have been better, to be honest. My gut tells me that having Drew there would have been a better angle. Mm-hmm. I totally get why you wouldn't have done that though if there were travel issues, and maybe having him away made this Heyman promo work better. I don't know, but what was interesting with that Brock Lesnar standing here this time next year line was that Paul Heyman did use the super effective, this is a spoiler. It's not just a spoiler. It's like a goddamn guarantee. I promise you, this time next year, Brock Lesnar will be standing here as the champion again, heading into WrestleMania. But he said it in a way that made it also sound like he was talking about Brock beating Drew this weekend. So yeah. I it was a brilliant sleight of hand because he never said the spoiler part about Brock beating Drew, because I think Drew's winning.
Yeah, and I think you could probably make a very good guess that Brock will be champion come this time next year, because Brock is always just the champion around this time, it would appear.
And if Paul is thinking that far in advance, I think that's a great idea. If this time next year he can stand there and say, I promised you this last year, and he's champion now, and then Brock can put someone else over at WrestleMania. I don't know, maybe Goldberg. We'll have to find out.